welcome to the Metapod Podcast, Pokemon TCG podcast that revolves around the evolving meta. I'm joined on this lovely, lovely day by my wonderful co-host, Sean. How are you doing today?
I'm good. It's there was a lot of exciting things that happened, but none of it is like it's weird that like there's very little exciting news in the TCG space. We're going to cover what little there was, but like most of the news is like new generation, Pokemon Pokopia, like all that good stuff. But otherwise I'm good. I did get to play on Pokemon Day here in my
Yeah, it
new.
happened on Friday last week.
Yeah, it was a cool
Mhm.
day. It was a cool spot. I went out and just played casually at a local spot for like 3 or 4 hours, and yeah, it was super chill.
So you got the Bulbasaur?
No,
You didn't get the Bulbasaur?
I don't know. Look,
I guess
I don't.
every store could have done things differently.
hmm
Um, but
My store
I got
had
a
the
Bulbasaur.
Bulbasaurs. My store had the Bulbasaurs, and they just weren't giving them
Mhm.
to everyone. They were making you roll a dice, and if it was odds, you got a normal prize pack, and if it was evens, you got the
Mhm.
Bulbasaur.
Okay, I
Um,
mean, they probably just didn't get enough to what like the demand was probably going to be way higher of people coming in than what they had of the Bulbasaur, I guess. So
I mean,
that's
yeah,
like a interesting way to do it.
I was a little bit, I don't really harp on collecting some of the play stamp promos. I'm like, if I get them, great. If I don't, it's not like I don't really care. But I
Yeah.
was a little bit like, did you only get like 10 of these? Because I think they had a stack of like 40 or 50. And I'm like, there was
Yeah.
not 40 or 50 people that came in at all. So I'm a little bit like,
Interesting.
what are you doing with them promos now?
What are those promos for? Like I know that some people use them as like tournament prizing. Like I know the Illustrator or not the Illustrator contest, the World Championship Pikachu.
hmm
I know that was used as prizing at several of our local stores. I know that I think Pokemon Day in the past for some of our stores, it was also like a first place prize for the local tournament. Like they
Yeah.
gave some out for free to like the general public, but then they gave out more during like the tournament and stuff like that. So again, stores have as long as they don't sell them, they
Yeah,
have the
that's
glory of doing whatever they want with them.
yeah. I look, I don't know how much they're even worth, to be honest. Like, if you're selling them, what are
I
you
have no
getting?
idea.
Like, you're gonna get a couple bucks for them because like every store got them. So like, I can't imagine that they're really worth all that much. So I imagine they're gonna have given them all away, or they will over time. So yeah,
I will say that the Bulbasaur for Pokemon Day having like the mine had like and I haven't seen this on all the other ones. Like it not only has the play Pokemon stamp, but it also has like a gold Pikachu foiling on it,
oh, I didn't get to see it
like
close up.
outline.
That's cool.
I'm gonna have to post a picture of it in the Discord. And it might have just been, oh wait, no, didn't top loaders come in like this Pokemon Day, like newly designed Pokemon top loaders?
I
Pokemon
maybe.
top loaders 2026. Oh, never mind. Okay, so it was the Bulbasaur in the Pikachu top loader.
Got
They're
it.
brand new ones. They're very, very cool. I'll send you like a little link on it for all of our video people if you want to click. But it's like it's it's relatively new. I think it's come out in like either 2025 or 2026. But yeah, at first I thought my Bulbasaur was there, and then I remembered that these exist, and I was like, oh well, then I just got the regular Bulbasaur, which I was cool with, because I just want the promo.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm sure if I really want one, I can pick one up somewhere for like
You could
I
probably
don't
get
know.
it cheap.
Yeah, I'm not overly concerned. But, I will be interested to see. I don't know. Who knows? Who knows? I
Who
agree. I
knows,
think it's a
Sean?
little weird. That's just me. That's just me. But they may have gotten a lot less. I don't know. I know Europe usually gets it struggles
Oh
more
yeah,
with.
you're in Europe now. I was thinking of New York. That's right.
Yeah.
So
I know
Yeah,
Europe
even more,
struggles. Europe struggles
Yeah.
with some of the promo and materials. So that might be a big part of it, like a difference that I am not yet accustomed to. But yeah.
Yeah.
I did, however, finally get in the mail. I have 2 copies of this little guy, Jake.
Badu sounds
Yeah,
about to
the illustration
terrorize
rare Badoo.
everybody.
Yeah, I'm a
Terrorize
terror. I'm a
everybody
local
with
terror.
style. Yeah.
Yeah.
With style though.
I know. Well, if I'm gonna rock Alakazam, and nobody expects Badoo and Alakazam, probably because it's like, I don't know. I actually think it's half good, but yeah, I play that, and I've had several people go, "Excuse me," and like, but it's very pretty.
I think like just in general, like Badu, any deck can really play Badu because you're as Alakazam kind of like a slow setup deck in a sense,
Yeah,
to where like you need the first 2 or 3 turns to like really get online.
yeah, 100%.
So yeah,
Um,
I don't know.
but lots of cool news. We'll briefly talk about Seattle to kick things off, which did happen this last weekend. They're, the same variety of decks basically made up phase one, phase two, top cut. I would say the biggest surprises is that a Joltik box and a Raging Bolt deck made the top 8. But
Hmm.
as has been the case now for, I don't know, what is it, like 6 months, Charizard won this tournament. So a new deck was sort of on top. I think Charizard had a really good showing, and Dragapult fell off the map entirely in terms of top cut and top 8. Dragapult and Goldengo were just like nowhere to be found,
Hmm.
which speaks nothing of how good the deck is, but simply everyone played slightly different decks. So when you made it to top cut, oh, not a good one for Dragapult. Who knows?
I think it's really interesting, at least looking at the top 8, and I'm excited for Limitless to eventually populate the Seattle regional on the site to look at deck lists because Charizard EX, especially like it's interesting because if you look at the Pokemon live stream, the official Pokemon live stream had like a top 8 graphic, which is how we know what the decks were in top 8 right now. If you're like me and you're seeing it after the fact. And it's curious to see that, True and Tran ended up winning the event, which I know is very, very exciting because that is Makani Tran's sibling, I believe,
Yeah.
who Makani has been an excellent player in the last couple of years. Their deck is just labeled as Charizard EX, while Julius Brunfeld, another great player, 4th place, also playing Charizard, was specifically labeled with Pidgeot EX
I
on top of that.
believe
So I'm wondering,
it was a
say that again.
Terra box build of Charizard.
Oh, it was a Terra box build. So that's
Yes.
even like more interesting that it's a oh, I guess
It was the
I'm
Noctowl
watching some of
engine.
the games. Yeah, the Noctowl engine. So that in itself, I think, is very exciting to where like there's this like innovation within it in a sense, even though like it's something that we kind of already knew existed. It was like the first thing that most people think of is Charizard Pidgeot, maybe some Dusknoir in there. I don't think that like the Terra side with like Noctowl and stuff is everybody's first guess with
Yeah.
it. It's probably a very close second, but it's not the first one. And then just with Mega Kangaskhan and Absol, as you're talking about with like Goldango, Dragapult, like it's like ebbs and flows of switching, where it's like one deck does well and the other deck does not. And
Mm.
now it was Absol and Kangaskhan EX's turn. So
Yeah.
I'm excited to watch this back. I might watch this back today after the podcast just because I want to see, even though Ascended Heroes is legal for standard play on Friday of this week.
Yeah. I hope everybody got their Pokepads. That's a joke
I
because I
have
know
not bought a
nobody
I
did.
have I have not bought a single Pokepad. I have not opened a single Ascended Heroes pack, and I don't even know if I will buy them. I mean, I feel like I need to wait until it reprints because good God, I'm not paying, $8 USD for a common card. Like that's just insane. It's $9 right now market value.
I saw somebody was selling them for 12 on TCG Player. Somebody posted like I will say, I
Ridiculous.
bought 4 Pokepads, Jake. I caved. I bought them, but I got them for like €4 each, which is like
Yeah.
still way too much. But
I mean, it's like what, $6 USD or something like that?
like 5 something,
Maybe
yeah.
like 5 something, yeah.
So like,
Dang, I'm pretty good at conversions.
yeah, yeah. So I mean, I'm living in that custom catcher land again, where a common
Yeah,
costs like $5 a card or whatever. But it's I wanted a playset. I'm not going to buy any more. If I need them in a different deck, I'll just move the cards. Um,
exactly.
but because I agree that I still believe that you shouldn't necessarily buy them if you don't have to. If you're going to buy them, just buy one playset. Uh, but I don't know how long it's going to be until those prices come down. And until they start showing up in prize packs, which probably won't be for another 2 months, probably. I can't imagine
Yeah,
they'll
what I
be in.
imagine, like, when does this? Because 'cause they're quarterly, right? They change quarterly, the
Maybe,
prize
yeah.
packs?
Yeah, I think so.
So, hypothetically, if it's quarterly, then it's probably in the next month we'll see the next prize pack series, which means I would imagine that they've already decided what that prize pack looks like in terms
Mhm.
of the set list. So, more than I mean, I guess they could have had the forward thinking of, "Oh, this card is gonna be really good, so let's put it in there as like a little set filler." But I would imagine that it won't be in there if I was a betting man. I think we have to wait 2 more play packs.
My real hope is that either because we don't know the set list of Perfect Order yet, do we? I don't believe so.
No,
The
I don't
English.
I don't I think we maybe know some of it, uh, but not, like, officially.
My perfect
Because
scenario, Jake.
Perfect Order should be, having pre-releases soon, right?
Yeah, well, that's my perfect hope is like Perfect World, they thought ahead, they knew that this card was going to be good, and for the English versions of Perfect Order, they printed Pokepad into that whole set. But
Mhm.
maybe not. Um, Second best scenario, they included it in pre-release kits because we no longer will have Nest Ball. Like it would be weird if the Perfect Order kits came
Oh,
with a
yeah.
bunch of cards that are rotating out. So I could see them putting Pokepad into those because it also feels like a very pre-release friendly card because most of your
Yeah.
deck is not going to be um, two prizers or rule box Pokemon. So I could also
Mhm.
see it getting a big reprint in pre-release kits, but who
I just hope
knows?
that it's slammed in pre-release kits,
League battle
league
decks.
battle decks, like all of those products. The trainer's toolkit, it's got a good play set of those in there.
That would be dope.
With maybe Meowth EX
Oh,
as you heard it here
yes.
first. The trainer's toolkit is gonna have Meowth EX and play set of Pokepads.
That would
If
be
not this
great.
one, the next one. Yeah. If
Honestly, that
not
would be
this
the first
upcoming
trainer's
one, the
toolkit I
next.
bought in years, if that's what's included.
I have never bought a trainer's toolkit. I've only bought the promos like online.
Oh, you didn't even buy the Dedenne one?
No, I just
We just
bought
bought the
I just bought the
Dedennes.
Dedennes online because they
Yeah,
were dirt cheap.
it's
Because they
true.
were
At the
like
time.
literally $3 each.
Yeah.
I have like 7 of them. Because they're in all of my like 2018, 2019 retro decks.
Well, Jake, we talked a little bit about pull rates for Ascended Heroes with the Pokepad, but we did get some updates on actual pull rates on Pokebeach, just to give people an idea of like if you do find Ascended Heroes in the wild, maybe what can you expect, if you're opening the set. And
Mhm.
TLDR, it does seem like the pull rates for Ascended Heroes are on average better. Um, so the gold cards found in one in every 540 packs, which is, as PokeBeach is reporting, a little more than double that of Mega Evolution and Phantasmal Flames, which, you know, I,
That's pretty
I, I
good.
don't know how I feel about that. Because the gold cards are
I
supposed to
like
be
that
really
they're
hard to
easier
pull.
to pull. Yeah,
Yes.
but I like that they're easier to pull because you can't buy booster boxes.
That's true. Yeah.
That's my biggest thing is like when you have a set to where it is harder to obtain packs, I like that it is easier to get the things in theory because even if you buy an ETB, right, like you're not guaranteed anything. Like a booster box where you're guaranteed like some sort of well, actually, no, isn't a booster box you're not guaranteed anything? You're not guaranteed like a
You
textured foil card.
you're not guaranteed an SIR or gold or anything like that. You are
Oh
guaranteed
yeah,
a
yeah,
certain
yeah.
number of like EXs, and you'll be
Yes.
guaranteed like at least one alternate art of
Like
some sort.
crap
Usually, yeah,
full art. Yeah,
yeah,
like like one Salamence EX full art.
yeah,
Guaranteed within it. But I like that the pull rates are a little bit better. And
yeah,
across the board, I mean, you can even talk about how special illustration rares can be found in every 70 packs, where Phantasmal Flames was 80 packs and Mega Evolution was 101. But and I think also just being like um a celebration set, I feel like the hit rate should be better because you're trying to celebrate, you're trying to find the special stuff because it's not like it's
yeah.
going to be reprinted into oblivion.
Yeah, I mean, what Pokebeach is saying is like, yes, you can pull more SIRs per like on
Hmm.
average, but there are also more SIRs in the set. So like if you're looking specifically for the Mega Gengar or the Enzoroark, it is probably on average harder to pull that specific one, but
Hmm.
on the whole, it is easier to pull an SIR.
I
And
think
oh, go ahead.
sorry, go on.
I was gonna say, and I
Well, I
think
was gonna say I'm looking up the TCG player of like what the prices are right now of Ascended Heroes cards, and they're much higher on average than what I thought they would be.
I mean, the ETBs just came out like what, a week and a half ago or something.
Yeah,
So,
just about.
like that's just the first wave. We'll get more waves. The mega attack rares are the ones that I personally like. The SIRs are great, but I really like the mega attack rares, the ones with the text
Hmm.
across it in Japanese for the English set. And the fact that those are like one in every 29 packs, it's basically you'll pull one in every 2.5 ETBs, one in every 3 ETBs, which is not the easiest thing to pull, but like, people open 30 packs at a time, right? Like that's not an insane
Yeah.
amount of packs to open. And so I am excited, if I do decide to start collecting anything from this set specifically, I'm excited to buy some of those because I don't think that those will have like crazy price tags, is my hope.
Yeah, I mean, if you're looking at and I'm gonna speak in USD, so,
Yeah.
if you look at the different cards in here, Mega Gengar is 64, Mega Dragonite is 50, and then it kind of falls off from there of, like, under $20 for a lot of these other mega rares, so, for the most part, I think it's pretty accessible except for, like, the super popular Pokemon, right? Which I
Yeah.
don't think surprises a lot of people, but I know plenty of people that collect Pokemon and they like want a binder page of these mega rares, mega attack rares, because like you're saying, like I love it too. I love the text that like flies across.
Yeah. Um, but overall, like, yeah, I haven't opened any of the set either. I genuinely don't plan to because like the prices are just so high. Like I can't
Hmm.
find products here. It doesn't exist in stores, even in stores that sell at market rate. I went into one today and there was just
Especially
nothing.
ones that sell at market.
Well, no, market meaning like the
Well, oh
prices on
yeah,
TCG
never
Player.
mind. I was saying, yeah, I was thinking of MSRP. Never
Oh yeah,
mind.
yeah,
Yeah,
no.
you're
But
right.
the ones that sell at the price of whatever TCG Player, eBay, whatever, they don't have any stock. So I doubt very much I will see this product in the wild for months out here at least. And so I'm not going to go out of my way to buy and open this. If there's a card I really want for a deck, maybe like the Badoos, I bought two of those and I bought them for like 10, $12 each. Maybe it was 15.
Hmm.
I'll say $15 each, which I'm like perfectly happy with paying that. It's a nice illustration rare of a very playable card. I'm not
Yeah,
about to pay
whenever the
$50
market
for Psyduck.
Whenever the market value for a booster pack of a set that released like a week ago pretty much is over $10 and it's not like a Magic the Gathering collector's pack, there's a problem, you
Yeah.
know?
I can't bring myself personally to open it, but
Yeah, I can't
uh
do it.
more power to everybody that does, honestly, because without y'all, there would be no singles for me to buy later. To be
What they should have
honest.
done, what they should have done in this pull rates determination is how likely you are to pull a Pokepad.
Oh,
That's what they
see,
should have done.
I mean, because what we're hearing in our Discord, Jake, is like what, one in every 19, 20 packs or something?
Yeah, I mean, we have people that have opened up like 60 packs and have not pulled a single Pokepad, which is insane to me.
Yeah.
Like, there's
Which,
some of the people in our Discord, the official Metapod Discord that you can join by the link in the description or the show notes below, is just crazy to me that some people open up like 50 some packs and they find maybe one.
yeah. And that's why I'm like, I'm really sad that like these commons are so hard to pull now, and it's this card. I wish they would have made Pokepad an uncommon, because usually a lot of
Yeah,
trainers have historically been uncommons, and the reason being is there's as many uncommon cards, or almost as many in a pack, but the number of uncommon cards in a set that would fall into that category is much smaller.
yeah,
So weirdly, I'm like, make it an uncommon, and then it is more common.
yeah.
My little
I
rant.
agree. Maybe an alternate art version
Oh,
in an upcoming set
you
where they
know,
like they did like
with
when
rare
they did
candy.
like Pokemon communication, yeah, like rare candy in
Well,
Pokemon Go. Yeah, I forgot
no,
about
no,
that
the
one.
new rare candies. You know, the new
Oh yeah, yeah,
full arts.
yeah, and the new Ultra Ball that's in Ascended
Yeah.
Heroes as well. Yeah.
So
They should do
I fully believe that we're going to get a Pokepad at some point, and that is going to
I'm
be
sure we will.
brilliant.
I'm sure they're gonna throw a Pokepad and everything because as you were saying, it's just a super like it's a great card for everybody, both players that are veterans and also beginners to help learn the game, especially in these kinds of formats, like pre-release. I
Jake,
bet they'll be in the pre-release kits.
I hope so. This is my fingers crossed. If they are in the pre-release
Yeah.
kits, you heard it here first. You know, I don't know. Jake, what was so we did have Pokemon Day. They did a Pokemon Direct. Let's go through some of like the highlights. Do you want to kick us off with what little update or the updates that we got from about Worlds?
So if you remember the World Championships last year, you had to sign up originally through in what was called an interest list. And then from there, you could get a pass to the World Championships, whether you decided to do multi day or single day. The San Francisco Championships opened up not only their key art for the 2026 World Championships for Pokemon XP and Worlds, and they're doing the interest list again. Same thing. It's going to be starting on April 7th or April 2nd, I'm sorry, at 6 p.m. Pacific time. So we'll post it in the Discord and as well. And when that comes, we'll put it in the show in the podcast, like show notes and things like that for you guys to register on the interest list. So it says that for multi-day passes to both Pokemon XP and the World Championships, you'll be notified if you were selected to register at a later date, and fans can register their attendee interest for single-day passes beginning early this summer. So it sounds like this interest list that they have showcased or have talked about is going to be coming is only for multi-day passes because they have a separate one for single-day passes.
Yeah, I think they want to manage everybody who wants to go for the full event, and then open it up to
Mhm.
people who are willing to come just for one of the days. I don't know, Jake, if you had a chance to look at the prices. I have the prices pulled up on the screen, but
Oh,
I can tell
mhm.
you, I think this is very expensive. I can't remember what it was last year for the weekend badge, but like the multi-day pass plus arena experience pass, which is you need an additional pass to go watch the finals, basically.
Yeah.
And actually, it might be not just be the finals; it might be the whole weekend now because the event of the play that's happening for every game is now separated entirely from XP, which is the community event. So if you want to actually go and
Well,
sit and watch, um, it's a separate
it's
pass.
interesting because Pokemon XP and the World Championships is what it says on Pokebeach, and then it says
Oh
like in the
yeah.
description of the multi-day passes that it comes with everything in Pokemon XP and then an exciting addition to access in the arena on Championship Sunday.
Okay, okay. So it is actually that it's only for Sunday that you get the badge to go watch, similar to what they
That's the
did last year.
experience pass.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
But Jake, it is $150 a person for an adult to get the
For the
multi-day.
experience pass and the multi-day. Yeah.
Yes. And if you don't
Yes.
want to watch it, if you don't want to watch the championship Sunday, it's $120.
Yeah.
Look, conventions are expensive. To be honest, like it doesn't seem that far out of line with like a Comic Con or whatever.
I
But
mean, look at like sports tickets,
mm,
and like you're saying, like Comic-Con and conventions and stuff like that, like concert tickets, like all this. I feel like this is not very surprising to me. It does stink, but it's not very surprising.
it is. I think it's more expensive than last year, though, right? Wasn't the multi-day like
I'm
hundred
I feel like it's
bucks?
more expensive. Pokemon 2025 World Championship ticket price. I can't remember what I paid. I should have this like written down.
Yeah.
Um,
Just check your emails, Jake.
$99 for the multi-day pass.
Okay. So it's basically if you're including the arena, it's $50 more. It's a 50% increase in the cost. Now, I assume that this will also include more activities to do at Pokemon XP in particular. But
It better.
I this is where this is the part though that I am worried about, which is the experience of then going to do all of the events and prize wall stuff was so poor last year. It was just terrible. And you would think if they're charging more, then that less people might go in. But I don't think that's going to be the case at all. So
No.
I do worry that like you're going to have a lot of people paying $150. They'll be at Pokemon XP. There will be some things to do, but the lines for those things will be so long that people are going to have a not dissimilar experience from 2025. I don't know.
And not even that the lines are long, it's that things will run out, right? Because we
Yeah.
saw in like side events last year that side events filled basically like some of those events. There were not very many like on-demand events, as it felt like there has been in the past at like different championships and things like that, or other games like One Piece at like what is it like at NAIC or the Bandai
Bandai
Card
Card
Fest?
Fest. Yeah.
I believe it was, and also some of the even the regionals as well have had like on-demand side events, and those are much smaller, I will say, than stuff like the Pokemon World Championship. So organizing it's a little bit different and whatnot, I would think. But yeah, I mean, paying $150, let's say, to be there the whole weekend and then be there championship Sunday. And maybe last year, like I played in that one GLC side event and that was it, I think. Um and there was a decent amount of there was some cool stuff, but
And the side events
yeah,
aren't
the
free. You still have to pay to
no, the
do
side
the
events
side
aren't free.
events.
Yeah, you have to pay to do that. So it's even more like doing one side event, you're going to be paying almost $200 USD probably, depending on the side event that you do, after like taxes and all that stuff.
Yeah, I think, we'll see what XP ends up actually looking like. I think
Mhm.
I hope that Pokemon is really taking into consideration some of the challenges last year for people who wanted to experience the event, play Pokemon, and not just go to the Pokemon Center. Because a lot of people last year, I think, got the badges so that they could go to the Pokemon Center. That's fine. But like, once you've done that, and once you've seen the cool artwork and the museum,
Mhm.
which also very cool, how much more was there really to do? Like, you and I were both there. It's like,
Yeah,
uh,
we walked around the venue and showcased the the in the episode
yeah,
as we walked around. But they did say a while ago, this was back in August of last year when Pokemon XP was first revealed to be a thing for the upcoming San Francisco Pokemon World Championships, that inside this XP convention center, right, not only do they have the Pokemon Center in there, but they also say they have like activities, panels,
yeah,
autograph sessions, card shops. So there'll be like vendors as there were before, quote, and more. So I like the idea. I feel like it's going to be one of those things too, where like there is going to be more things to do. They'll probably have like autograph sessions of maybe like Sarah not Sarah Nocto Cheney, the old voice
not
of
to me. I don't
Ash.
know how to pronounce her last name, but
I
the
can't
voice
remember how to
actor for
pronounce it. My
Pikachu,
apologies.
or no, the voice actor for
Yeah,
Ash. Yeah,
it's Ash, yeah.
yeah.
But, like, other voice actors, like, through voice actors and actresses throughout the series, maybe some artists as well. I know that at some events, it has had
Hmm.
Pokemon illustrators specifically, that have done the game, and, you, like, get something there that they sign, and you don't, like, bring a card for them to sign because a lot of them don't do that anymore, actually, because of all the scalping, but unfortunately. But yeah, like, you have that, and then you have, like, the panel potential as well, doing, like, interviews, maybe there's Q&As, maybe there's um just fun interactive things. So I do feel like this XP thing is going to have way more than maybe what we saw and maybe last year was really the test for
Could have.
Pokemon XP, cuz that's kind of like what the place felt like. Like the World Championships last year felt like there was the section for the competitors, and then the building, or the section of the building right next to it was the everybody else
Yeah.
kind of deal. Like if you did not want to actually play the card game, you could do the demo for Scarlet and Violet. You could walk around I'm going to call it a museum, the showcase
Hmm.
of, the past world championship things and like the trade area. The only thing is I think at the same place of the competitor side was the card vendors.
Yeah, on the
Um
far right
I
side,
think.
I think. Yeah.
Yeah, if my memory is correct. So I feel like I feel like last year in Anaheim was a good test for like what Pokemon XP could be. And if Pokemon XP builds on that, I think that the XP, I think it could be worth it. I think I don't mind I don't really mind the multi-day pass being 150, so long as like I can do a lot of things. And it doesn't have to even be side events,
Yeah.
truthfully.
Jake, I'm going to throw a sort of wrench into the mix here with a thought that I have been having. And this is going to be a little controversial, and I did not warn Jake about this. But
No, I have no idea what's about to
given
happen.
given everything that's been going on geopolitically and in America as well, I know there has been some people on Blue Sky and others who have been lamenting the idea that like, why does Pokemon have to have the World Championships in America this year? Um, and you and I have talked at length about the fact that like these contracts are signed with venues years in advance and
Mhm.
so on and so forth, right? But I do think Pokemon is in an awkward position right now. They'll never say anything, I don't think. But they're in an awkward position where here's my opinion, if you're going to be hosting an event where you're asking people from all over the world to fly in to compete, to bring their families, etc., but the country you're having them fly into is not necessarily safe for those people to arrive in. I think a lot of people have had similar sentiments with the World Cup this year, with the Olympics in a couple of years. I don't know. you don't have to have a strong opinion on this, Jake, but like I would really like to see Pokemon not for 2026 because I think it's that ship has sailed. Honestly, we're not going to pull back at
Yeah.
this point. But I would really like them to see for 2027. I would like them to make the effort to not do it in America next year, because I genuinely don't know if they can guarantee the safety of all the competitors. That's not to say anything bad is going to happen, but like
Mhm.
if you're hosting an international event, it's different from an IC. You players don't have to compete in the IC in North America to qualify, but in order to win worlds, you have to compete at the World Championships. Um, I was going to give you my thoughts, Jake. Weigh in as much or as little as you feel comfortable. My opinion.
Well, I think you're spot on of the fact, that we've said on the podcast numerous times how far in advance these contracts are made for venues, and locked in, and even event planning starts, right? This is like a multi-year project. We heard about San Francisco World Championships, if you remember, before even we knew about the Anaheim World Championships, which was the year prior.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things that, like, I think it's just something that Pokemon has to do. Thank goodness it's in, San Francisco and not like some other selective places.
Yeah. Not
Um,
Minneapolis or other
but also,
places.
yeah, but I think also probably regardless of, what was happening, I think Pokemon is probably going to take the World Championships somewhere else next year, right? Because often it's been like alternating years, I think, of world championships where the last 3 years, what's the last 3 years of the world championships?
Well, it was Hawaii, Anaheim, San Francisco. And then before
Yeah, like we're
that,
back to back to back, and then it was London before that,
it was Tokyo
right?
before that. And then London
Or
before
Tokyo
that.
before that, yeah.
And London got
Yeah.
postponed
So
because of
we
COVID.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, 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 that's right. That's right, which is a whole different thing. But yeah, I think that this just makes it's just how it is, and I think Pokemon will move in advance. Because you're right, they'll never say anything.
No.
Pokemon is too big of a corporation, I
Yeah.
think, to say stuff outright, but which is unfortunate in its own thing. Whatever. But yeah,
I'm going
I
out
mean they'll
there with opinions. I know I'm like coming out swinging,
yeah.
but I do worry though because it's not easy to make changes if you're the Pokemon
Mhm.
company. But my fear is that, Jake, they did not actually have it internationally until London. That was they did it in Canada, like Vancouver, but like they'd
I was gonna
never
say, I
held a
thought they had it in Did they not
no,
have one before? I thought they
no.
did for some reason.
I think they might have had like a Vancouver, maybe a Toronto, but it was all North America for years and years and
Oh,
years. They had them in Hawaii, which feels international, but it's not. But it is a long
no,
way away. But like
it is a long way away.
yeah. But no, that's why announcing it in London was such a big deal because people were like, but with the new production, like that stage that they built last year, Jake,
Yeah.
that will not transport or not
No.
easily, right? So I that's my fear is that like they're locking in San Francisco as like the Pokemon World Championship place every single year now. Kind of like they do with San Diego Comic-Con. And like I understand logistically why they would do that. But boy, the pendulum
No, I
swings
feel
both
you.
ways, but like over time, but like right now I think it's a tall ask to have people in the Pokemon community commit to coming to America for an indefinite amount of years.
Yeah, I mean, and I can't blame anybody that opts not to. Um, because I mean, I get it.
Yeah.
Sometimes that's worth more than, you know, going 2-4, in the world championships, through 6 rounds. So,
I, yeah.
but it all depends on,
Yeah.
there's There's a lot of like moving pieces and stuff. And I think personally that Pokemon is going to move the World Championships next year to a different place, whether that's in Japan or, in Canada or in Europe. I think that just 3 years back to back to back, and with London being so loved,
Yeah.
I think it would just be even in like Australia. Take it to Australia.
They took
I
away
don't know if they'll take it to
OCIC, Jake.
Australia.
Australia gets
Yeah,
nothing.
I
That'd
know.
be
They should
dope
take it to
though.
Australia though. I know.
Yeah.
Think about how cool it would be to travel to Australia for the World Championships.
Oh yeah, that would be so cool, honestly. Like,
Yeah,
um, anyways, I went off on that little tangent. Apologies, Jake. I kind of caught you off guard there, but
it's
uh,
all good.
Pokemon Day also brought a little extra news. We did get the official reveal of Pokemon Wind and Waves, the much leaked. I don't know if you saw the leaks, Jake.
I was gonna say this is like spot on to the leaks, right?
Yes, the leaks were
Yeah.
spot on. But yeah, we did get. I think the only difference was people said it was Pokemon Wind and Waves, and it's winds plural and waves. So
Okay, whatever.
they got us. But
Semantics.
and we
Yeah.
did get the new starter trio of Brout, Pombon, and Gekwa. Jake, who are you picking?
I don't know. I have a hard time with this because Blount is literally an angry bird. Like he's literally
Yes.
just from the Angry Bird games.
Yes.
He looks really funny. Pombon, it's incredible that Pokemon has now done 2 straight generations where the fire starter does not have any thoughts in their brains. There's no thoughts with this little guy. Pombon, for anyone who does not know, or the Blount, if you just imagine like a green angry bird, you've got it.
Yeah, imagine like
From
an
like the
Angry
old
Bird.
Angry Bird games.
Take Rowlet's bow tie and move it to his eyebrows a little bit. That's
Yes.
also what they
Yeah,
did.
exactly. It's literally an angry bird. And then Pombon is a Pomeranian. It's literally an orange Pomeranian.
Yep.
Yeah, no thoughts in that. And then Gekwa, I find really interesting because Gekwa, she serves. Uh,
Yeah.
she she absolutely serves looking that way. So I think, I mean, if you want Gekwa, think of like obviously a gecko because of the name.
Yeah.
Blue, and then has like eyelashes, has like fingernails, kind of looking. That's what I see, but I don't know who I'm gonna pick. I might just do like a random number generator
Jake,
to try it because I
that
like them
is
all.
that is the most backhanded complimenter. It's like, I don't
What?
know, maybe I'll just randomize it.
Yeah, like if I like all three of them, I don't know.
Oh. You like all three of
I'll
them.
just
Okay.
do. Yeah, I like all three of them. I don't know which one to choose. Gosh,
Jake,
dang, I'm trying to make a fair match.
I've rarely been a grass starter stan, but of all three of these, Gekwa to me, like, it's kind of cool. It's funky. Pombon, I, I gotta say it like it is. Pombon is like, it's like
It's
if
just a
they said,
dog.
if they did Pyroar, but they just copied Pyroar's homework and made a little Pyroar, tiny baby Pyroar. And then Brout,
Yeah.
though, I'm like, at first I did not like Brout. And then I'm like, yo, this, I think that this might be a grass fighting type stage 2. And that seems dope. Because
If he
people
has a
talked about,
catapult,
well, because think about like the name
I
Brout. And if you evolve into something like Rock Lee, Baraka Lee, like that could be kind of cool. It's a
okay.
Naruto reference.
They would never Naruto reference in
No.
Pokemon. No
But I
way.
do
Not
like the
even close.
idea of like a bird that's mad and is just looking to throw hands. That seems funny to me.
They did a Decidueye. Hisuian Decidueye was grass fighting, I think it
It might
was.
have been, yeah. You know better than I do,
Yeah,
to be
the
frank.
regional variant. They
Um,
also revealed new forms of Pikachu named Mr. Windy Chew and Miss Wavy Chew, which I find to be hilarious.
no, that's just I posted this in the Discord. That is just Florida Stanley. Windy Chew is just Florida Stanley. If you have watched The Office, you might know the reference. Just picture Stanley from The Office when he went to Florida in your mind with the little hat and the Florida T-shirt. That's just Florida Stanley in Pokemon
Well,
form.
to my understanding, wind and waves are based around Southeast Asia, specifically like Indonesia, Philippines, and Malaysia. It's a very archipelago based featuring tropical islands, lush jungles, and deep explorable underwater areas.
The water in the trailer did look amazing. Like,
Well, it's on Switch too.
yeah, well, also, but like so much
It's
better than even
exclusive
the
to
Switch
Switch
One.
too.
But like the
Yeah.
shading, like it is going to, if it looks anything like the trailer, it's going to look really nice. I think it'll be by far the best looking Pokemon game. So um, I'm also excited for that. If you're going to do a water archipelago based game, the water better be pretty good.
Yeah, the water better be stellar. And it better be stellar because it releases worldwide in 2027. So we're talking about it today, but it'll be a long time probably before we talk about it again, Sean.
Jake, last piece of news here. We did get some TCG news for 30th anniversary, but a lot of
Mhm.
speculation here. And honestly, a lot of not news. So we have known,
It's
uh,
weird.
yeah, we have known that they were going to do a 30th anniversary collection. They have trademarked the term celebration collection. The actual name is TBD. But what we didn't know was any of the details, like what's going to be in it. And Jake and I both were hoping, hey, we're going to get some news in Nintendo's in the Pokemon Direct about like what's going to be in the set. But aside from like some very small images at the very end, I think it left people with, I think, two clear opposing opinions. What are those opinions, Jake?
So the opinions are that the reveals of the cards reveal iconic cards over the years spanning like different languages and stuff. Um, but a lot of them are playable cards. You have Zacian V in there. You have Genesect EX. You have Uxie from the level X era, the Uxie level 55. So a lot of people feel like that it's going to be similar to Pokemon Celebrations, the 25th anniversary, where they reprint a ton of playable cards, or at least cards that were impactful in a sense in the game, or at least like iconic for the game. Because if you look at a lot of these, Uxie was basically the shaman, right? Where it was like draw until you have 7 in hand, which was crazy. I've played in some 2010 format with that. Zacian V, I don't even want to talk about because I hate that card. Pika Rom in there. You got Arceus V Star, the amazing rare Raikou, and they showcase kind of some of the best cards from each of these different eras. They even have the Legends Darkrai Cresselia, which is so sick, by the way. Um, so for me personally, I see this and I'm like, oh my gosh, are they going to do a celebrations thing again where they just reprint like iconic cards? Like even Sunstrike Solgaleo is in there, or Soulburst Solgaleo was in there, which is a world championship winner. But then there's the other camp that just think that these are more the poster childs of each set. Because you talk about Pikachu, yeah. Pikachu Zekrom was the poster child of Team Up, which was not the beginning of tag.
It
No, it was the
was
beginning of tag teams. Yeah. It was the first set of tag teams. You have Zacian V, which was part of Sun or
Sword and
Scarlet
Shield base.
Sword and Shield base set. You had the Solgaleo that I previously mentioned was part of the Sun and Moon base set. Genesect EX was part of the first Plasma set, I believe. I think Aquapolis was the first e-reader set. So like the Aquapolis Lugia that they show is on there. Palkia level X. Interesting that they showed Uxie level 55 and then Palkia level X. I just noticed that. But the other camp is that, oh, they're just showing poster child because like Charizard is also base set on there. So maybe it's It doesn't have anything to do with like playability, and it's just showcasing like the different eras of Pokemon. Because at the end of the trailer, they go into these key visuals essentially of Mewtwo and Mew and talk about, quote, the future awaits. So I don't know, like I can see either way. Like I could see it just showcasing the different headliners and saying like, okay, now here's upcoming the next step of Pokemon. Like we showed you all these different eras of Pokemon that you lived through or that have been in the game, and now we're going to be going into something else. We don't know exactly what that is, if it's like a new mechanic or rarity or gimmick or whatever. But I'm hoping that it's reprinting retro cards because I love retro format stuff, and I love getting more accessible things like the Uxie, or maybe like Pikarom because the tag teams are weirdly expensive. Or the
I mean,
legends. Holy cow! If I could get the legends cards, Sean, I don't have any legends in my collection. For anyone who doesn't know, legends were like the Heart Gold, Soul Silver era, and it was two cards that you put together. It was like the legends walked, so the four card thing, the V, what was that called? The
oh,
V
V
the V
unions.
monster. V
So V
unions. Yeah,
unions.
legends walk so V unions can run.
I
Um
don't know if I don't like the way that V unions run. It's like watching a
yeah,
spider
I don't
run.
either.
Hard pass. But yes,
But
the legends were cool.
yeah, and if I could get even just this one, even if it's only this one, if I could just get it in my collection, oh my god. Holy moly. Cuz I don't have any legends.
So my my thoughts on the matter, and this is an opinion, I don't know. It could easily be that they are showing these cards because they plan to reprint these cards, along with others, most likely. But like, cool. Like,
Mhm.
remember these great eras? You can see some of your favorite cards from these eras, including these. That would be in line with what Celebrations did in 2021. I actually looked back. I don't know. I don't have the full context. I'm looking at the Generations set list,
I don't think
Jake.
Generations did it, but I think
No.
XY Evolutions was that.
Evolutions did do it, but Evolutions is not a celebration set, is not a anniversary
Yeah,
set. So
yeah, that's true.
there's a part of me that's like, we don't, it's not like we have like tons of examples to be like, well, every 5 years they always do this. And I'm like, no, Generations they didn't. Evolutions they did, but Evolutions was like a year after, or it's like,
It was different.
yeah, it
And
was
those cards
different.
weren't exactly reprints either. Like, a lot of the
Exactly.
cards had text changes of HP or, like, attacks to be
Yep.
more meta or whatever.
And then Celebrations, I think, is like the first set we ever got that had mechanical reprints of cards
Mhm.
from not just a couple of years ago, but all the way back to the WotC era. Not they're not standard legal, but like that's the only time I can think that we've ever gotten that in a set. So my
Yeah,
brain goes like, why do we assume that it will just be like Celebrations 5 years ago? Maybe it will.
because it was so good.
It, it was good, but I'm not gonna
And look,
lie, Jake.
they've beaten the heck out of the Hidden Fates thing, right? They've beaten the heck out of that now with they even
They
didn't even
did.
change the names, like Paldean Fates. You know, what
Hidden
is it?
Fates.
What were the other names? Yeah, Hidden Fates,
Yeah, they're
Paldean Fates.
all
Didn't they have another one that
prismatic
was
evolution.
like
Yeah, there's like all of the holiday sets are the same. Shining Fates. That was
Shining Fates? Yeah,
yep.
like
And then we had
they beat
Shining
the heck out
Legends
of that.
before that.
Yeah, like they who's to say?
But my opinion is I think it could be cool. The cards that they showcase though would not be the cards that excite me in terms of a reprint set. Mostly because I don't think a Sol Galeo with a 30th anniversary stamp is that exciting for most people. I don't think a Zacian V with a stamp is particularly exciting, or an Arceus V Star with a stamp. Do you know we already have, I think, two versions of Arceus V Star because one of them, maybe there's two versions of the Arceus V, but like they were
Yeah,
on like a,
there's the Legends Z or Legends Arceus version of the V, not the V Star.
but like we have alternate versions of kind of some of these cards, and it just, I don't know. Some of them Like Pikarom, I think people would get on board with. An Uxie, maybe the hardcore players would get on board with it. But even the Legends cards, I think that the legendary dogs would be more exciting to people than the Darkrai Cresselia Legends card.
First of all, they're not dogs. They're
Well,
beasts.
wasn't there an Entei and
I'm pretty sure
Raikou?
they're they're specifically labeled as legendary beasts.
Okay,
It's
well,
it's a silly thing. I was just poking
you
fun,
get
but
what I mean. Like, yeah, that's fair.
I
But
do
like the
find it interesting that every card that they showed is a legendary or mythical Pokemon, besides Charizard, obviously.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah,
See, but that makes sense because it's all poster children. So, like, what if instead of it being a celebration collection, it is a collection about all of the mythical Pokemon through Pokemon's history? An entirely legendary and mythical set. Like, that would be kind of cool.
that would be interesting. My favorite mythical and legend, or my favorite mythical and legendary Pokemon, Charizard. Uh,
Well,
you
fair.
know,
Yeah.
he
Okay.
might as well. He might as well
Charizard.
be one
But,
for
like,
how much they talk about him.
last question though. We did see the Mewtwo and the Mew, right? And the
Yeah.
images of them are.
Legendary and is Mew mythical? I actually don't know off the top of my head.
I
Anyways,
never understand the
continue.
distinction. I'm going to be honest with you. But
That's why I think they clumped them in this. But
the
go
Mew
on.
and the Mewtwo have this interesting, like, shininess, opalescence. If you look at the Mewtwo specifically, it almost looks chrome. So I wonder if, obviously, it's hinting at something, but I wonder if they're going to be. They used all the old mechanics to show a new mechanic in like a pearl or a chrome or like like a type of new Pokemon card and design style that they're going to introduce.
What I will say though is that looking at the images, the screenshot images on PokeBeach of the Mew and Mewtwo, I am almost certain that they will be rule box Pokemon.
Oh yeah,
Because if you see on there, there's the outline of the card and there's the like rule box text box where
yeah.
it's like where it usually says like this is a rule box Pokemon that will give up 2 prizes when it's knocked out. They have those on there. So but I think it could be interesting. I'm trying to think of like hollow patterns or whatever, like outside of just giving out like a metal card. Like it could be that there's like what an ETB of it, and there's like ETB or promos of like a Mewtwo and Mew, as like two different options for the ETB or
I
whatever,
like
and like
that.
each one has a respected like metal card.
I like that because we did get a black set and a white set last year for black and white. That could
Yep.
very easily have been a test run for a 2 ETB, a split set for a specialty set. And I
Because
could
those
very
had
well
different
see.
promos, right? It was like Thunderous and Tornadus,
There were different promos,
I
but I
think it's the
think
different promos.
the important part was that the cards you could pull in each set were completely different. And so
Yeah.
I could see a world in which they do a similar thing here, which is like, you know, a set based around whatever the qualities that Mew embodies, I don't know, and then one for Mewtwo.
Light
And
and darkness.
I mean, it could be it could be a reframing of the light and dark mechanics about like pearlescent, opalescent, iridescent, and chrome in the Mewtwo because the Mewtwo does look much more chromatic than the iridescent Mew in the key
Yeah.
art.
I
Who
will say
knows?
though, the first thing that I thought of when I saw these images of Mew and Mewtwo, I thought of Pokemon Pocket.
Yeah, I see that.
It's the first thing I thought of.
Oh my gosh, Jake, are we going to get a Pokemon Pocket set? Are we going to get a set?
I think this wouldn't have been the way to do it though.
No.
Like with this teaser, it
No.
wouldn't make any sense.
One little bit of news though, this is actually going to be the first time that we are getting a simultaneous global release of any set ever.
Yes.
So
Mhm.
uh, this will release in October. We did get confirmation on a relative time frame. It will release at the exact same time in Japan, in America, which is exciting because it'll be the first time there would theoretically be a format that is new for the West at the same time as it is new for the East. But Pokemon was quick to point out in their statement that this global release does not necessarily suggest or indicate that future releases will be global releases. So
Y- Yeah.
to me, that's like, hey guys, one time special thing. We are not necessarily going to have a global simultaneous release, though.
Yeah, I mean, Celebrations was almost there, right? Both
It's close.
I looked up the dates earlier, when we started talking about Celebrations, or when we started talking about this teaser. It released first in the US on October 8th, and then it didn't release in Japan for like 2 weeks after that. Um, it didn't release until 2 weeks after that. It was like October 22nd or somewhere around there. So it's gonna be nice that, again, like you're saying, everybody's getting it at the exact same time. Could be cool, like trying to figure out if any of these cards are relevant. Because we saw with Celebrations that none of the cards were relevant because you couldn't play with them. But it also had a unique set inside of it. Where like there were regular cards or there were new cards, right?
Yeah.
In Celebrations
Well, I believe,
that
was it
you
the
could
surfing
play with?
Pikachu and the flying Pikachu is in Celebrations, right?
Yeah,
And
exactly.
Flying
Yeah, yeah,
Pikachu
yeah.
VMAX, famously, a headlining
Winning
card
World.
in a World Championship deck.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, we have so much time until we see, what this actually is. As you talk about, the set releases in October, and it'll be a staggered release schedule over the course of a while. So, but it was interesting to see this teaser and like how they're showing it. It's obviously showing it's showing the history of the game in some way.
Yeah, it's definitely showing us the history of the game. The question is whether or
Mhm.
not the future of this set is related to the history of the game or not.
Exactly.
I'm pulling for just new stuff all around, reimaginings, whatever. Uh, Maybe I'm lame, but I'm just, if half the set is like GX's tag teams and whatnot, it's going to be hard for me to be like, oh my god, yeah,
Good,
yeah,
because
I'm
you'll
so
probably be
excited.
like everybody else then, because if it's all old cards, then people will maybe steer away from it. So that leaves more room for me
It's
to
true.
get the cards if
That's
they're
true.
all reprints of old stuff. I hope they're reprints of old stuff. I genuinely do. I want it so bad.
Yeah, reprint the entire e-reader era, Wizards, Pokemon. I
You
dare
won't.
you. Do it. Do
Yeah.
it. You
You
won't.
won't reprint every single Legends,
Yeah.
all like 10 of the cards or whatever. Because I
Oh,
think there's 5 or 4.
Legends.
Yeah,
There's a decent amount. So if they
there's a
do
couple
reprint
of
the
them.
Legends, I hope they make it so that if you pull one, you pull the other in the exact same pack. The
Yeah,
other
that's gonna
half.
be the tricky thing. That's why I thought that the Legends would be best fit in a box
Oh
where
yeah, yeah.
you
That's
just
a
get
good
both
idea. If they are going to
promos.
reprint that, I like that. Yeah,
Yeah. I feel like if you're gonna reprint Legends, it has to be in a box set.
yeah,
'Cause that's what they did for the V Unions, right? Like
yeah.
you got V Unions from the box set or your pack. Could you get them in a
No,
pack?
no.
Or
You
were they
got them
all
from the
boxes?
box. Yeah, you got all four.
Yeah. But yeah. Anyways, you have anything else, Sean?
No, that's it. That's it. I think pre-releases for Perfect Order should be happening in the next, I want to say, 2 weeks or so.
In
So
the next like couple weeks, yeah.
yeah, keep an eye out for. I think Jake, you and I have to look into, is there a set list out at any time soon? Pre-release kits, all that
Well,
stuff.
though
So
we'll know the promos here soon, and then we'll talk about the promos, and then we'll talk about the set list, because the set list usually drops when the pre-releases happen,
mhm.
or maybe a little bit before it, because people get their hands on the cards, and then they figure out the set list and things like that.
Yeah,
But
somebody
yeah,
gets
in
an
the coming
ETB
weeks,
early.
yeah, somebody does. But anyways, we'll get to it when we find out, and you'll be the first to know. Thank you so much for listening to the Metapod Podcast. The Pokemon Podcast revolves around the evolving meta. I'm Jake. That's Sean, and we'll see you guys later.